And when we're talking about that 890, that number is including Medicaid and Medicare. That's where
I,
that
I don't think
number is
that's
coming
accurate, but let me share a source with you guys, especially Santana. It breaks it down beautifully. If you go to USA spending.gov, you can actually break it down by agency, and then within that agency by department spending.
Yeah. So yeah, give me a minute because now I'm actually got a couple of issues on the side. Uh, Guys, W's in the chat for Hilda. Hilda sent a dollar donation saying there's a issue with the sound. I'm gonna figure that out. Da.
Someone in
Um,
the someone in the chat says that they thought that Medicaid is state funded. It's both. It's both state and federal funded. So what happens is that the federal government gives out grants to all the states to subsidize their Medicaid programs. For example, here in California, we call it the Medicaid program is called Medi-Cal. And like I mentioned here, 70% of our Medi-Cal budget comes from federal government grants. The state, from its general fund, pitches in another 30%. And that's how pretty much all the states work.
okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually I'm gonna see if I can pull this information, get a little bit more, and I want to make sure that we keep this moving. So let's do this. Um, yeah, someone in the chat saying that you're
Yeah,
directly lying.
yeah.
Um,
People that say they're aligned, I work directly with Medicaid uh, funding and policy implementation. I can assure you that's 100% correct.
yeah.
And I'm not
W's in,
and I'm not saying that every state has the same ratio, like California, 70 to 30. It varies by state.
Yeah, W's in the chat for Rashida. Rashida said FSU needs to find a new job because he's not here to help no one. He's judgmental. W's in the chat for Rashida for that $2 donation. Guys, that means that we are now only $136 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. We have 730 people hanging out. We can definitely close out our nightly donation goals. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. I'm going to pass it around the panel. Jillian, I'm actually going to drop you down. And Rasta, I want to come to you. Rasta, tell me, why are you so excited about the current direction of our country under this Trump administration?
You know, well, I'm excited because he been doing the things that he said he's gonna do. You know, I like that. I like a man who keeps to his word. That's very
Can you
important to
be
me when it
specific,
comes
my
to that.
friend?
Yeah. So, he said that he was going to, begin starting to work on the border. He declared a national emergency at the southern border. Which then he then deployed additional. He employed additional. What was it? A National Guard, I believe, to the border. Is that correct?
No,
Was
I
it
don't
National
think.
Guard or was it Army?
Yeah, I think he deployed the army to the border, which he wasn't supposed to do.
Okay,
Pretty
but
sure it was
still,
the
more
pretty sure it
troops
was
on the
army.
border ain't a bad thing. More troops on the border ain't a bad thing, in my opinion. He's
Yeah,
restarting the border wall
yeah, but you're
construction.
not supposed to deploy the U.S. Army within side of the United States. That's the thing. That's that's illegal.
Well, troops at the border, I have no issue with this stuff.
So
It
you're
doesn't change
okay.
what my issue
Wait.
with it is.
So, but you're saying you're okay with him doing illegal things?
Okay, hold on, because here, okay, yeah, no, here it says National Guard. It says National Guard.
Hold on one second.
Because I honestly didn't know
I
that
know
you couldn't
there's
deploy army.
there's more. The Mexican government issued more troops to the southern border. Give me one
Ten
second.
thousand, yeah, 10,000, something like that.
Um, yeah, no, it says here that they're trying to send 30,000 active duty troops.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about what we sent on our side. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
It says
I know about that. Yeah.
yeah, 3,000. It says 3,000 active duty troops.
Yeah, they should have to secure the border more than us. That's absolutely.
No.
It's they people coming and doing stuff.
I don't think you get what I'm saying.
He's
What you
saying
mean?
that Trump is trying. It's our people, not Mexico. Which I just want to say that that's not securing the border. Like if you want to actually secure the border, maybe pass like an actual policy that covers why we have so much quote unquote illegal immigration, which was something that Biden and Harris tried to do, and he stopped that from happening.
Oh,
So
absolutely. I don't agree with him stopping that. I don't agree with him stopping the bipartisan border bill.
yeah, so don't you think that's kind of weird for him to claim that he cares about Americans, but quote, but doesn't pretty much
I'm
have
just saying he doing stuff. I mean, he designated, what's it, Tren de Aragua, the gang, and MS-13 as foreign terrorist organizations. I'm sorry, T groups. My bad. My
yeah,
bad.
but
T
he's
groups.
not actually doing anything. Like, how about passing a policy that will actually stop people from coming? Like, fix the issue. Don't just you're just putting a band-aid on it.
Okay, so
Do you
how
guys mind
would
if
you
I
fix
ask a
the issue
question,
then?
Rasta? Rasta, do you mind if I
Go
ask a
ahead.
question? Hey, how's it going,
It's good,
everybody? My
brother.
name's Zach. I won't put anybody through calling me Zaddy. Do you know what the big issue with the border policies are?
What's the
Border
big issue? The
policies
border
are.
policy. What's the big issue?
Do you know that we have an overtax system when it comes to asylum seeking?
An overtax system when it comes to asylum seeking? No, I didn't know that. Educate me then.
Okay, so here's the thing, is that you are talking about an action that will not last when that's not even the issue. It's not about people crossing into America. We have a system where people have to wait for years to become U.S. citizens. What policy does Donald Trump have that can address that?
What policy does Donald Trump have that can address that?
Because the
None to my
Democrats have one.
knowledge.
So
None to my
what
knowledge.
exactly is he doing at the border? You said
I just
deploying
said he's
troops.
securing the border more. Putting troops on the border is securing it.
And the troops are going to stop everybody from coming in?
No,
You
they
haven't
can't
fixed the
stop.
illegal immigration
They can't
problem.
stop literally everybody.
Then you
but it
didn't fix
will
the problem.
Lower it.
You
Okay,
didn't
so
fix the
nobody
problem.
has been able to fix this border problem.
Why
Nobody
not?
has.
But
Why not?
Nobody has. So I mean, I'm just curious. So you want to say, okay, Trump didn't do it, right? Okay. Maybe he didn't do it yet. You're right. It's only been what, like 2 months? So all these other presidents. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to be like the person who says, oh well, Biden did this. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do that guy. Nobody's been able to really fix it ever since it's been a problem. So maybe nobody knows that. Nobody knows how hard it really could be. You see what I'm saying?
Right. But a lack of policy doesn't make it easier. Like, this is my thing with a lot of things that I've heard tonight is that everybody's been talking about what Trump has done and what Trump hasn't done, and there hasn't been a policy played out yet. A woman earlier tried to talk about, like, I don't even remember what Miss Pat was talking about. I'm not gonna lie. But like all of that said, you guys have yet to point to any kind of policies that would do anything that you're speaking of. And that's how our country works. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then it gets done. Like someone yesterday was talking about Ukraine. There have been no policies put to play. So if anybody out of you guys would like to give me some policies, because someone said in the comment, I vote based on policies. So tell me some of the policies, if you don't mind, that you're excited for. What policies are you ready for to be enacted? Whether they have been enacted or not, what policies are you looking forward to? Because that's how our country
Trump
works.
policies am I looking forward to?
Also, let me just clarify something real quick. So yeah, there have been more. They did deploy more troops to the southern border, And basically, yeah, it's illegal for them to act as any type of domestic policing or anything like that within the country. But the way that they're getting around that and being able to actually send those troops to the border is they're not specifying what's being done, and also technically it's the international, I guess you consider international border, but without them specifically saying that they're there to patrol the border and just putting them in the area, that's what they're actually doing. So that's how they're getting around it. And I know I'm gonna mess this up. It's post commodus act. P
Post
O
commodity.
Yeah, POSSE COMITATUS. So that's
Yeah,
how
I know
they're
what you mean.
getting around it, by making sure that they're not designated for a specific thing, and then also because it's the border.
Hmm.
Also, guys, W's in the chat for Priscilla. Priscilla sent $1 donation to say, has anyone calculated the fake SSI money they found? No, I have not. I have not. They found a lot of money that they said they found, and then they had to take it down, and it was just a lot. It was a lot to that. But W's in the chat for Priscilla, who sent that dollar donation. W's in the chat for Rashida, who sent a $2 donation, saying Rashida voted for Rasta voted for that stimulus check he'll never get. Rasta, did you vote for a stimulus check?
Brother, I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Just yes or
Them
no.
stimulus,
Keep
this
it funny.
stimulus checks is messed up and made the inflation go high. I don't want no damn money.
Okay.
Don't
All
make the
right.
inflation go back up. I don't want no damn money.
I hear you. Guys,
I
W's
afford
in the
my
chat
shit.
for Rashida for that. Guys, that means we only have $132 left in the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Tap the screen, guys. Let's get up to 250,000 likes. If you're over on YouTube, I had to do a restart on YouTube and Twitch. Can you guys let me know how the sound is now over on YouTube and Twitch? Also, if you're on YouTube, like the stream, go ahead and comment, and you can send a super chat as well. With that being said, Rasta, you were looking for a policy that you actually like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did you find a policy of Trump's that you actually like?
All right, I'm gonna be honest too. I can't remember names, but I do like his what he's gonna do with So I'm gonna be so honest. You know, I don't know names. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's the name of this is this. You know, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But you know, I like the what he's gonna do with you know, like drilling oil and stuff. I think we do need to start drilling more oil. I know that.
But
I
you
know
know
the
we've
whole
been
factoid
drilling
that
more
Biden.
oil, right?
No. I know the factoid that Biden did drill more oil than than Trump did in his first term. But what I'm hoping to see is that Trump is willing to is going to increase those numbers. That's what I really want to see.
Yeah, you can fact check me. I'm not really, but if I'm not mistaken, then it like the gas company already said they're not going to do it.
You
I can't hear
sound
you.
wait,
My
you
bad.
sound kind of muffled. We can't really hear you that well.
I am reading off the MAGA script. I just bought it on Amazon. Thank you. Someone in the comments.
Mm-hmm. What, Haley? What did you say? Haley, are you there?
You hear me?
Yeah, you sound
Yeah, that's
a little
better.
bit better.
Okay. I was saying you can correct me or fact check me. I'm not really. Didn't gas companies already say that they're not going to drill more? Like they
Yeah,
like.
ExxonMobil execs came out and said that we're drilling at capacity.
They're drilling at capacity already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah. Also,
that's news to me actually. Okay, cool.
I kind of wanted to answer Ross the question where he was asking like, how would we fix the issue?
Mm-hmm.
One would be an actual policy, but the policy itself would have to incentivize people to like take the legal route, which would be fixing the issue with it taking as long as it takes. Like it takes people 10+ years to get legal citizenship here. So when
Mm-hmm.
you just have someone putting people at the border, it doesn't really do anything. It just makes people like they're still gonna come. But
Okay,
it's
Okay,
just
Haley,
so
if
like
you
I
don't
said
mind me
before. It's
piggybacking.
yeah.
Sorry, I'll let you
Hold
finish,
on one
Haley.
second, Zach. Hold on one second. I 20. Go ahead and finish what you were saying, Haley.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying like it's like I was saying before. It's kind of just a band-aid. Like we should
mhm,
actually, put a policy out there that would fix the issue, which the issue at hand is the amount of time that it takes to come over.
mhm. Okay, so we should let them in quicker to stop them from illegally border crossing. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily let them
That's
in
what I would
quicker.
say.
Just the like it's not only letting them in quicker, it's going through the cases. You don't necessarily
Mm-hmm.
have to let them in. People, they don't not everybody gets to come over, so it's just going through the cases quicker so that people aren't pushed to come over illegally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll even step in and say, yeah, I definitely think we should let them in quicker, right? And
Well,
I
yeah, I
know
support that too. Yeah.
I'm the wrong person to talk to about the border because of my quote unquote beliefs, but at the very least, I mean, like, I think we can all or I think we can all come to an agreement that like 7 to 10 to 15 years to be able to actually become a citizen after even quote unquote doing it the right way, that's insane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So I think there is definitely a need to actually shore up the actual the way that you get into the country, the asylum laws, just like everything. There's an absolute need to fix those things. Welcome in, Jessica Raid. Welcome in, Jessica Raid. There's a way that we definitely need to fix those things. Like yeah, the and that's why that bipartisan border bill that was actually knocked down by Trump is such a horrible thing because it was actually something that was a massive win for Republicans, and it actually gave us so many of the different things that we needed. And even
Mm-hmm.
still, like they're not working on any type of border legislation right now, right? I mean, they haven't. The first thing they wanted to do was get their budget, right? And so they're proposing their budget with the cuts because they want to pass their tax cuts as well. So we know what was important, but like they have complete control right now. I told someone this today. I don't want to hear any excuses out of the Republican Party. I don't want to hear anything as far as them saying, "Oh, we can't do this or we can't do that." Literally anything that they wanted to do right now, they could do it because they have the numbers. So, I mean, when we talk about the border, it's on the Republican Party.
Also, Zach can go after me. I just wanted to put this out here. When we speak on quote unquote the legal route asylum seekers, we have to also highlight the fact that Trump is going after asylum seekers. So, like, if I'm not mistaken, recently he's trying to deport Ukrainian asylum seekers. So,
Yeah, no,
he,
he's trying to deport Ukrainian TPS people with TPS. Rasta,
So
FSU,
what?
like, are you guys okay with that?
Deporting Ukrainian? No, at least I'm not. I'm not like some of these mega out here.
That
Some of them a
Ukrainian program, they're
little
under a
crazy.
refugee program. That was temporary status to begin with. It looks like he just doesn't want to renew it. That's unfortunate because the war is going on over there, so I understand their refugee status. But at the same time, he is trying to end the conflict so that they could possibly go back.
Yeah,
Right,
but I
but
can't. I can't agree with you on that, brother. Because look, I mean, it's an active war zone. We gotta. I mean, we gotta. It don't matter, bro. You gotta help people out when it comes to those things. You know what I'm saying? He should be renewing it.
And
Yeah,
does
I
not
don't disagree with that.
renewing it help in the ending of conflict? Like, how does that even
What you mean?
Right.
Well,
Correlate.
they're over here because there's a conflict there, and he's trying to end that conflict.
and sending them back does what to end that conflict?
And I don't agree with that. I think he's
Jeez.
just not trying to renew it because that program. Remember, we're in the fiscal year runs from all the way up until looks like September 30th. So they're gonna have protected status up until then. Hopefully, the conflict might be resolved by then.
That's a hope. You know what? The thing
What
that I've
does
noticed about you, FSU, since you've been up here, you speak a lot about things that you hope doesn't happen. But like logically, logically speaking, there's a lot of stuff that we know for a fact that's just not how it happens. I'm a little bit confused as far as where all this hope is coming from.
Well, because I mean, they say they're going to do it. We don't know. Just like when if you would have voted for someone else and someone else would have won, you hope that they're able to get their policies passed.
Mhm.
Okay, I mean I hear you, but what has Donald Trump actually done that makes you believe that he's actually going to do the things that he says he's going to do? Because we do know that Donald Trump has lied a lot.
Well, let's just take what I was just talking about, the conflict. He's actually working to try to get the sides which don't like each other and have reason not to like each other to work together. He's putting the pressure on them to get
By
it done.
antagonizing him, by antagonizing one side and uplifting the other side.
Well,
Yeah, he literally said Ukraine started the war and called Zelensky a dictator. I don't think that's trying to taking the side of Russia isn't trying to end the conflict.
well,
After this was
I
all
think he's
after.
exaggerating a bit when he says dictator. However, he has called
Yeah, but he
martial law
didn't
for
call
3 straight
he didn't
years.
No,
call him a
he
dictator.
specifically said he doesn't use that word lightly. So
And
Yeah,
again,
he
this was
called
if
all
you
he
know what
after his
he's
secret.
done, you might think that he has tendencies for totalitarianism. For example, they've sealed off the border and are not letting the young man leave the country because they're trying to get him out to the front. Number two, they've actually banned the largest church there called the
Oh, you
Ukrainian
mean the
Orthodox
actual,
Church.
yeah, the church that's connected with Russia? Yeah, we've already talked about that. The actual church is completely connected and affiliated with Russia. I mean, that
it,
makes sense.
it's someone's church regardless, and
Yeah, but still, I mean,
they're
it's
banning
that's
religion,
wait, no, they're not banning
or
religion.
not
That's
religion,
absolute.
excuse me, that particular church.
No,
Another thing
they're
too.
banning the church because the church is directly connected with Russia. It's yeah, that makes sense. They're at war with Russia. If the church houses people directly
do,
connected with Russia, what? Yeah, no, that makes perfect
do
sense.
you know that they also banned opposition parties? So if you're against the war,
That's not true
if your
because
party
Donald
goes against,
Trump
that's
just actually
100%
met
true.
with multiple people that would quote unquote be opposition to people specifically that would
Anyone
be
who's against the
opposition of.
war is
They
in
just
danger, and
wait.
their party.
They just met with Donald Trump, two people that's in opposition of Zelensky, because Donald Trump was talking to them about the possibility of actually taking control in Ukraine, and both of them not only rejected his offer, but actually outed him and made it known that this was actually something that they were not interested in doing, and they support Zelensky.
And that's fine. They can take that choice. But I
But
think what
so what are
Trump is
you
doing
talking
is
about then?
he's going to withhold support, and therefore forcing them to the table because
Can I ask a question,
that's too many
FSU?
people.
Uh,
Like what does the average
wait,
Ukrainian get from this
no,
war? Just the
absolutely.
average Ukrainian.
Wait.
What
But
does
you're
the
saying no.
average
So
Ukrainian?
you're
Let's say
saying
someone
wait.
who's not in the
No. Hold
military.
on, FSU, because you're shotgunning. You're saying that withholding support, and FYI, yes, he's withholding support, but there's other countries around the world who are literally stepping in and stepping up for that support that Ukraine is losing because the United States, for some reason, is taking the side of a dictator. But you're saying that that's the best course of action to quote unquote end the war by actually letting the side that was not the aggressor, who's just trying to defend their land, pulling resources from them.
Who's looking out for the average Ukrainian? What does the average Ukrainian gain from this war?
It's not their war. They didn't start the war, sir.
Exactly. What does the average everyday Ukrainian
they
get
don't
from
die.
continuing this
home.
war?
They're home. The average
They're
Ukrainian keeps
home.
their home.
Yes.
This
Do
is
you
their
realize that
land.
the
Their
war is
freedom.
mostly contained to the eastern area of Ukraine? And yes, while certain other parts of Ukraine may military targets get hit, most of the war is actually going on in the Russian speaking part
Do you
of
think
Ukraine,
that
where the
Ukrainians
Ukrainians already voted not to be part of Ukraine.
Yeah, I think
Do you
this
have
is
a source for
complete.
that? Because
Exactly.
I that's
absolutely need
not
that.
true.
I
Yeah,
absolutely need a
100%.
source.
If
Sure.
you, there's this thing called the 2015 Minsk Agreement. That Minsk
Yes, that's
Agreement is
correct.
between Ukraine and those separatist republics in order to come to a deal to fix that. Some people might call it a civil war going on
No,
there.
no, no, no.
Uh,
I want a source on where you said the actual fighting is being done, where the fighting is
yes,
being done in the Russian area of Ukraine, the
correct,
Russian speaking area of
correct.
Ukraine versus
Yes,
everywhere else. So cool.
it's exactly that's very very accurate.
So what? No,
Can
no,
you
no.
The
point
You,
out
I
a
hear you. Where can I
relevant
find that actual
historical?
information? Hold on one second, guys. Where can I
well,
find that
you
information?
you
No, no,
you
no,
you
no.
gotta
Hey, FSU, focus on what I'm saying. Where can I find the information that you just said? The actual war and the fighting, the actual issues,
mhm,
the conflict is occurring in
mhm.
and specifically the Russian-speaking areas of Ukraine. Where can I find that
You
information?
okay, you got to combine a couple sources. So what you have to do is, for example, you can go to I know the Institute for the Study of War has actual maps of where the actual front line is. That's an American impartial source, and then pull up a map
Wait, hold
of
on. Is the Institute of what?
the Institute for the Study of War. They have a map of where the front line is happening, and then compare that to then you can do a search that says where look at where a map of the language spoken in Ukraine, and you'll see
Where's
that
this
it's
map? I'm
well. You just do a Google search. I mean, I don't
No,
have a
no. I
link
mean,
right here.
I'm on here. I found the Institute of Study of
Study of
War.
War. Mhm,
It says Ukraine conflicts is giving updates on the actual conflicts.
mhm.
Where do I find the map?
They should have a map somewhere on there. It should be
Listen,
front and center.
um, FSU, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't think that you're 100% incorrect. Would the Minx protocol, the pre-Mix protocol map help?
Yeah, the because there was two Minsk agreements, Minsk one and Minsk two. The
Right,
Minsk one is not an agreement between Ukraine and Russia. It's an agreement between Ukraine and those separatist republics
right,
that wanted to secede from Ukraine.
right. What he's saying is factual, but we have to take into consideration that this was land that Russia lost and Russia was upset about. Like, what is the war over, FSU? Can you give us what the war is about, what you believe the war is about? Because I think
Yeah,
that also helps out a lot too, if we can if we can all understand what the actual war is about and
yeah.
what you believe it's
A
about.
civil war broke
or
out
why we
after
agreed to protect him in the first.
Yeah, we
a
can get to
civil
that
war
next. That was
broke
going to
out
be my next
after
point.
the 2014 coup that happened, and what happened was that they had a pro-Russian president that was elected, and he got chased out and he left the country. And then they installed a new government that was very nationalist. And so the people of the Russian speaking areas of Ukraine thought that, hey, you guys got rid of my democratically elected president. I'm not going to follow what you guys are doing over there. We're going to separate. And that's when a civil war ensued between Ukraine and those
So
separatist republics.
let's do this. I want to move past this, right? Because um, there's a lot of seems like nuances when it comes to
Yes.
specifically finding where we are, and we don't want to get into the realm of misinformation, disinformation, especially if we don't have direct sources to cite, and then there's a actual back and forth as far as like, oh, you have to cross-reference this with this or whatever, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna call complete BS on that, but I would love to spend a little bit more time on this at another time when we have the
For sure.
ability to directly speak to things that we can substantiate in real time. So with that, we're gonna move off of that for the moment. Guys, W's in the chat for Rashida. Rashida sent a dollar donation to say, Rasta, why are you worried about immigrants when we're all immigrants? White, black, Asian, Hispanic, except indigenous. W's in the chat for Rashida for that dollar donation. W's in the chat for Phil, who sent a dollar donation saying, I don't believe SS works for the government. I don't believe the FS works in the government world. All of us know when the fiscal year runs because money is appropriated for each fiscal year. Phil called you out. W's in the chat for Phil and Rashida. Guys, there is still, see here, there's still $127 left in our nightly donation goal. There's almost 750 of us hanging out. We can definitely knock out our nightly donation goal. If 127 people just send $1, just $1, we can close out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, and entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted, anything is appreciated. And also over on YouTube, you can send super chats, and that I will actually read out your information, and you can support the live that way as well. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's get the likes up to 250,000 likes. Let's go around the panel and let's speak to some people that we haven't had an opportunity to hear from yet. Alice, how are you? Alice?
Santana, could you take me down? Thank you for having me on. I appreciate the conversation. Thank you. Good night, guys.
Okay. All right. Thank
Appreciate you.
Alice, you there? Alice going once. Alice going twice. All right, I'm going to drop you down. Courtney, I know that you kind of chimed in for like half a second, but Courtney, what would you like to add to the conversation?
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. This is my first time on the panel. It's been a while trying to get up here, but you are in demand kind of guy, so I totally understand. I had to wait my turn. But I was going to comment on FSU, and I know they're always deflecting, but it's kind of obvious when they say, oh, well, Ukraine, we don't like the nationalists in Ukraine, but MAGA is a nationalist group. So I don't understand how it's bad for them, but good for us. I mean, it's to the point where all these complex issues, they need all of us to come together to resolve them. It's not necessarily one side is going to fix it. It's not necessarily the other side is going to fix it. But all these issues aren't going to solve themselves, and us being divisive on it and combative isn't going to solve anything. And this is with a lot of issues, not just Ukraine and not just with the government, but in our communities, in our families. We have to learn how to find common ground and not always drown the other person out. And this is for the Dems too, because during the State of the Union, I seen a lot of Democrats saying, oh, well, they should have went harder and they should have flipped tables. But then I also see Democrats say, well, we're going to vote to censor Al Green. Like, we cannot be this divisive within ourselves and think progression is going to come. But thank you so much for having me, Santana. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Background noises. It's kind of wicked. It was a lot of background noise. I think there's a lot to be said about that, though. Okay. Let's see. Let's keep it moving around the panel. And I kind of want to come back to Rasta. Rasta, I want to come back to you. I guess the big thing that I'm trying to understand is where you stand as far as the multiple things that's happening with the federal government, which is not only harmful to the everyday Americans with people losing their jobs, but the fact that the Doge and Elon Musk have started slashing different jobs and government funding so much so that it's got the unemployment rate up, and we're also firing people that are pertinent to our national security. That, like, they're putting us at risk by doing things so sloppy. Like, are you okay with that?
Can I give you a duality of opinions on that?
Sure.
I got two sides on my mind about this. So number one, I gotta agree with you with the sloppiness. Look, I'm gonna be honest. We do need I do feel like we needed a forensic auditor, but Elon Musk is not that guy. So I will agree that I do feel like it should be happening, but I don't feel like it should be Elon Musk. Okay? But I go back to what I said earlier. it does need to be happening. I do like a smaller government. That's how I feel about it. I do feel like that there was some, even if maybe not all of what they're claiming was fraudulent, I do believe that there was some fraudulent, or at least over expenditure in our government anyway, and that's why I say we needed a forensic auditor to actually go in and look at it. But I do think that we did need some things cut.
Okay.
So I got a duality of opinions on that.
Corey, what do you think about it?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
What do you think about the fact that they're just slashing through so many people, and not necessarily the amount of people that they're cutting from the federal workforce is putting us in jeopardy as far as our national security? What do you think about that in totality?
Oh, it's scary. It's dangerous. It's putting, not only is it putting a lot of people out of work, but we provide a lot of resources to other countries, and even within our own country, like they're cutting resources for people who absolutely rely on those to stay afloat, and while also damaging our economy, and prices are skyrocketing right now. So slashing through and just messing with people's livelihoods like that, while also making it impossible to afford things, is terrifying. It's hurting the middle class more than anybody else, and we didn't vote for this, and it's not fair.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. Haley, what are your thoughts?
I just think it's just, there's a lot of words to describe. It's just mind-boggling that we have Americans advocating for other Americans to lose their jobs. I really just don't understand it whatsoever. We have, I mean, when he was addressing Congress, and you have this man standing there lying, saying that we were sending money to make mice transgender, when it wasn't for that at all. It was for it. They were making them. It's transgenic, right? And it's study for cancer and to help, diseases. And so it's just, I don't think people know what he's actually cutting. They're just going along with it because it's Trump, and it's just mind blowing to me.
Rasta, you seem pretty sensible in a lot of ways. I mean, like, what are your thoughts around that? Because I do think that, like, there's a lot of lies, right? There's a lot of lies that are being told, especially when it comes to the money that Doge is finding, and just all these other things. Like, are you okay with that information being put out when we know that it's easily disprovable?
So, you know, oh man, you know what, yeah.
You know what you want to say, but you can't say it because your loyalty is getting the best of your honesty. Come on now, keep it funky.
I mean, here's my thing. Like, I don't know really how much. So maybe y'all could, because I mean, I look at the thing, and when I was looking at some of the things that they was talking about, when we talk about the hundreds of $1 millions that went to fund irrigation canals, farming equipment, and even fertilizer to support the unprecedented poppy cultivation in Afghanistan, right? Which I just read off the screen. If that's why y'all wondering why I said it like that, I just read it off the screen because I don't remember stuff. When I looked at that, there was nothing that disproved it. You see what I'm saying? So there are definitely things in here that I do not think are lies. Like,
I agree.
Yeah. Like, for instance, when it talks about no one interrupt me when I say this. Let me finish what I'm saying. When it talks about the transgender stuff in Colombia and Peru, I understand that was not for transgender stuff. It was for medical help. But my question then is, so we're only sending a couple tens of thousands to them at this point. Why are we even sending them that? I'm trying to figure that out. Why are we even sending them that when we have problems at home? Look at places like Flint, Michigan. Why are we not putting thousands of dollars into places like Flint, Michigan? There are other places I can't think of off the top of my mind. Flint, Michigan's the worst one I could think of. There are places in this country that need that money, but it ain't
Can I
going
ask a
there.
question?
Hold on one second.
Absolutely.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Guys, this is for the chat. Chat, just an FYI, we got 15 minutes to get up to 300,000 likes. 15 minutes to get up to 300,000 likes. If we are not at 300,000 likes within the next 15 minutes, we are going to sub only. So tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up. Also, let me read a couple of these off because we have some. Let's see here. W's in the chat for Phil. Phil sent $1. I'm sorry. W's in the chat for Rashida. Rashida sent $1 donation saying police immunity, a black man. Wait, police immunity, a black man for Rasta. I'm assuming that Rashida's trying to call out the police immunity that Donald Trump specifically wanted to actually implement. W's in the chat for, I think it's pronounced Arisha? Arishel? I'm so sorry for messing up your name, friend. W's in the chat for Arishel, who sent a $5 donation, said, love what you're doing. Thank you for educating these MAGAs. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. W's in the chat for Phil. Phil said, does Rasta know what the GAO does? I feel like a lot of people don't know much about the GAO. So I think there's that. And then also, guys, W's in the chat for Verashan, who sent a $10 donation saying, thank you for all that you do, showing love from Arkansas. Or like I like to call it, Arkansas. W's in the chat for everyone, guys. That means that we only have $104 left in our nightly donation goal. I know we can definitely close that out with 720 people hanging out. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. It's the best way to support the live. Anything is accepted. Everything is appreciated. And now someone had a question for Rasta, and then I want to make sure that we get to the 3 new people on the panel as well.
Wait, hold on real quick, Santana. So, whoever said what I don't know about the GAL, you mean the Government Accountability Office?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what that is. It keeps the government accountable. It's
You know what
bipartisan.
I'm learning about you, Rasta?
Mm-hmm. What's up, brother?
You're not dumb. And so now I really want to know I got some questions, but I'm gonna let the panel ask questions because I'm like there's 2 different types of Trump supporters. There's 2 different types of Trump supporters. I'm gonna hold my question though. Someone had a question for Rasta?
I know what they are.
Yeah.
I know what I am.
Huh.
So here's what I wanna. There were a couple things that you said, right? And we talked about the money that they're sending, to other countries and how small it is. So, when we have people at home that also need help, what is this current administration doing for that? Because in the last month alone, the budgets that they've proposed, the executive orders that have been written, none of it helps the people at home that you're talking about. So if we're gonna say, well, we shouldn't do that because of this, then why are we supporting an administration that isn't doing that? They're not interested in helping the people at home that need it. They're making more people that are going to need it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
how do you justify that thought process?
Say that last part again one more time. The justify, or not justify, but right before you said justify.
Yeah, how do you justify that thought process of, well, we shouldn't help them if we have people here that need help?
How do I justify the thought process of worrying about American lives over people in other countries?
When we have an administration who is actively harming American lives.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Hey, TikTok chat, is anyone having issues with the audio on TikTok? Is
my audio weird?
No, not you. We probably wouldn't hear it on the panel anyway. Is anyone else in the chat on TikTok Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Keep going, guys.
Okay, my bad. Sometimes my audio start echoing, so I
No,
just
no,
want to make sure
no.
it
I
wasn't
had
me.
someone who jumped from TikTok over to Twitch because they said the audio was funny, and so I know we've had issues with audio on YouTube tonight as well. YouTube, how's the audio sound over on YouTube? Let me know on YouTube. I'm sorry, you guys, go ahead.
Hold on.
I also had a question for Rasta. I just
He said, hold on. I think he just walked off for a
oh,
second. Go
I
ahead,
just
W.
got back. I just got back.
Okay, W's in the chat for Phil. Phil sent $1 donation saying part of the U.S. Aid uh, ulterior motive is to gain soft power for those countries that we help bring up. You're absolutely right, Phil. Absolutely right, guys. We still have $103 left in our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. You can also send a super chat over on YouTube to help support. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys.
Hmm. So I'm gonna answer Corey's question, and I'll get to you, Haley. Just give me a second. All right. So you just asked me how I justify the fact that, I would like to, yeah, the whole, I want to put American, pockets first and American help first before other countries. And my thing is this: look, I understand that. I mean, I haven't gotten to get a full look at the budget yet. I've been working a lot recently, so maybe y'all can tell me stuff. But like, to my understanding, I mean, the budget is not definitive. It's a budget, but there have been times where things have happened outside of a budget before. So to say that these things are not going to happen when he said they're going to happen, I'm not gonna be there and be like, okay, well, 100%, Donald Trump is just not gonna do it because he's Donald Trump. No, I'm going to put a little trust in the administration that we have right now. At least, well, a lot of trust, a lot more than y'all.
Hell. Okay, I'm
Well,
sorry. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
just
sorry.
want
I'm sorry, Corey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Corey. I'm sorry, panel. Rasta, why the fuck did you vote for Trump? And be honest, because be honest.
Oh man, Santana Jones, can I tell you something?
I want you to just tell me the truth.
He didn't
Santana
vote.
Jones. No, Zaddy. I'm gonna say
Mm.
something. So I saw you on a live that I was on the other day. Do you know Mandem? Baddies for Mandem. He was on the live.
I think
Some
so.
dude named Rasta Basta said, "Hey, Santana, I'm a big fan." Yeah, I voted for Kamala Harris. Why you think I'm so smart? Why you think I'm smart? It ain't because I voted for Trump. I just been using logic, man. I don't know how I did it. I'm sorry, y'all. I actually no. I think Trump is despicable. To be honest, I don't. I've been wanting to come
So
here for a minute.
I'm actually being honest though, because there are a lot of Trump supporters that will sit up here and say that we shouldn't be supporting these other countries because we have people at home. And you know damn well that they're sitting in that comment section right now going, yeah, and we're gonna, we have our own people, we have our own people. Like, and they're just sitting there feeling so vindicated because you sat up here and you wasted everybody on here's time to be funny. And I don't think it's that funny. I don't. And I know that it feels like it because, like, haha, you trolled the whole panel, but you just wasted so many people's times and vindicated so many Trump supporters for a giggle. And that's not cool, man.
I
Like,
gave y'all a good
that's not
debate.
cool. No, no, you wasted people's times and you vindicated bad people.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
My bad, Santana. My bad if I actually offended anybody.
the one
I'm
thing that
actually sorry.
the one thing that I say all the time is like I don't like trolls. I definitely I don't like trolls. Um, I also say there's two types of Trump supporters. Um, and this is for anybody listening. There's two types of Trump supporters, and if you're a Trump supporter, if you don't know which type of Trump supporter you are, then you fall into the category of the first one. The first type of Trump supporter is you're just not smart. Sorry, you're not smart. I'm just gonna keep it simple. The second type The second type of Trump supporter are those people that are disingenuous, meaning they know information, they actually know facts, they can research, but they are unwilling to actually speak to the truth because there's certain things that are happening that benefit them at a higher clip. And so they're willing to actually put aside the truth or, really just overall do whatever it takes because it's going to benefit them. Mostly it's going to benefit their pockets, right? It's going to benefit their pockets, it's going to benefit their bottom line. And so that's what it really kind of boils down to. And so that's why, I had the question like, hey, why did you vote for, and that's why it kept bugging me, because you're not dumb, right? I mean, you're not dumb, and you not only were willing to pull up information and kind of read and speak to it, but with that being said, especially like nights like this with this panel, right? This panel this panel discussion is for friendlies as well, right? It's not about debates. It's about being able to actually have those conversations, hopefully get a perspective that isn't really shared. And like, again, I spotted from the jump, you're not dumb, but I think what was just shared, like the fact that you were willing to vindicate. Fuck it, I'm just gonna be honest for a second. I've debated from the standpoint of a Trump supporter, on like friendlies panels, and like they knew who I was, but the MAGA supporters didn't know who I was, and it's not that hard to actually sound smart as a Trump supporter. Sorry, I'm just gonna say it. I don't care if you're watching, you're a Trump supporter, and your feelings are hurt. Life is tough. Get a helmet. It's not that hard to actually even substantiate certain things. But giving them this type of ammo and vindicating their thoughts or their feelings or whatever, like that is like super harmful, especially when it comes to like someone like FSU, which I don't know if he's still watching, but he was up here. And again, he wasn't dumb. He was just disingenuous. But doing that actually vindicates those people. And so that's really harmful, especially when you didn't have to do it. You could have gotten up on the panel without doing that. Like this is late nights. We would have given you the opportunity to join the panel. And you could have actually debated from a position of what you really believe in, and you could have actually talked to someone who really believed, what they were saying about Trump.
So I just want to say this before I drop down. I really do want to say that I'm sorry, Santana. You don't gotta accept my apology. You can ban me.
No.
You're
good. You're good.
No,
good.
I'm just being honest.
Listen, hold on. I want to let you know it's not for me. This is not for me. It's for not only the panel, but my community as well. And because I say this all the time, if I don't have people here that's in good faith for what we're doing, then there's no point of actually doing this. But so it's not for me. Like, I'm good. It's really for the people that's been up here that have been, quote unquote, going back and forth with you, and them wasting their time, and then anyone in the chat that has gotten invested or whatever the case. So it's not about me. I promise you, I'm good. And no, I'm not gonna ban you. There's no reason to ban you.
Okay, understandable. Yeah, I just want, I'm a big fan, man. To the chat, I apologize. I was just trying to argue from a Trump supporter's point of view. I was just kind of like, I ain't never done that. I always be arguing on the other side. So yeah, I'm gonna just drop down,
It's not that hard to look good as a Trump supporter. I promise you. It's not.
It ain't.
It is not.
It ain't.
It's not.
This took about 3 minutes of research.
Yeah. Thank you for coming up, and at least thank you for letting us know where you really stand. I appreciate you. Guys, all right. I apologize to everyone about that. It's always my intention to make sure that whenever we're hosting these panels, we're hosting these conversations, that we're doing so in earnest, and we are actually, I say it's always about education, information, and entertainment, but it's also about really giving people real world experiences and point of views. And so, I apologize about that, sincerely. Kay just called it out, guys. We got 4 minutes to get up to 300,000 likes. We're at 283,000 likes. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get up to 300,000 likes. Also, let's see here. I got a couple of thank yous that I need to get off, and then we will keep it moving. Guys, W's in the chat for Phil. Phil sent a dollar donation saying, I'm so mad at Rasta right now, but he sure got me. Yeah, he got me too. He got me too. Usually I sniff him out quicker than that. He got me. He absolutely got me. W's in the chat for Rashida. Rashida sent a $10 donation saying, damn, you got me, Rasta, because I voted for my son and you, because this is serious. W's in the chat for Rashida for that $10 donation. W's in the chat for Justin, who sent a $5 donation saying, damn, yeah, kind of disrespectful. Thank you for that $5 donation, Justin. You are absolutely awesome. Guys, that means that we are now only $86 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. We can definitely do that. $86 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. If 86 people send $1, we can close that out. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the education, information, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And also, you can send super chats over on YouTube if you would like to support the live. Eman Demand, is that how you say your username?
You were the first person to say that correctly.
Really? Because I mess up names all the time. I mess up
Yeah,
names all the time. I am not good. The chat knows I am not good at names. Eman Demand, what would you like to add?
First, I just wanted to add something to what Corey said, because I got so damn excited when she said Jesus would be a communist. And Pat got so mad and started rebuking her. I know a scripture in the Bible, right, in Matthew, that says it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to go into the kingdom of heaven. That right there, if that don't prove Jesus is socialist, communist, for the working people, I don't know what else could. So I just wanted to give that to Corey, so when she brings that up to another Christian and she gets rebuked, she can use that and slap him right in the face with the word of God. And
I've been rebuked so many times. I can't even count. It's my favorite thing to bring up to Christians is that, hey, Jesus was a communist, bro. It's fantastic.
It's absolutely right. It's absolutely right. If he was here today, he'd be a homeless, undocumented immigrant. It would be.
He wouldn't be in the
that.
United States. I think that's the other thing. He wouldn't be here.
Yeah, no, that's true.
This isn't.
But like.
Yeah.
I
It's just
found
so
myself
silly that these guys.
I found myself agreeing with Candace Owens today, y'all. I saw a clip from her somewhere else, and
That is never a way to start off a sentence.
I know it's a terrible statement coming out of my mouth, but she was talking to the evangelical Christians on the right side, and she was explaining to them Elon Musk, and she's like, "You're telling me that you will put your support behind someone who has 7 children out of wedlock. He believes, yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. He believes in like putting brain chips in people, going to space. Everything that they're talking about goes against their values. All the policies that they support, they didn't support in the past. I remember when they despised Elon Musk and the electric car thing, but it shows that you can buy a position in America. You can buy our politics.
You
And
absolutely
that's so
can.
sad when you can buy it at the price of everyone else's life in the country. So I don't understand how you can claim to be a Christian and even stand behind someone that supports that. Forget the policies. Their morals don't
Hold on,
line up
hold
with
on,
it.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
You know,
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Lucette. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down. You get you some good sleep.
That was a
Go ahead.
grown man.
Go ahead and get you
snort
some.
right
Go ahead
there.
and get you some good sleep. It's okay. Listen, we all listen. It's late. This is late nights with Santana for a reason. We get a little tired. It's okay. It's okay. I heard it, and I heard it over the conversation. All right. So let's do this. We got a couple of people on the panel. I want to Zach. I appreciate you coming up. I'm gonna drop you down, my friend. And Haley, I'm gonna drop you down as well. Okay.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Thank you. And Corey, you too. Actually, no, Corey, I'm gonna make you stay up here with me. You don't get to go anywhere. W's in the chat for Corey. Guys, W's in the chat for Lillian. Lillian sent a $1 donation saying, I may not be debating, but I'm enjoying supporting. Thank you so much for that, Lillian. I really, really appreciate you. You are absolutely, absolutely amazing. W's in the chat for Rasta. Rasta sent a $25 donation, and Rasta said, "Hey man, it's Rasta. I want to say I'm genuinely sorry." Listen, Rasta, again, thank you for your donation, and don't worry about it. We're good. We're good. I mean, you apologize to the panel. You apologize to the chat. Forget about it. We're absolutely good. We keep it moving, but thank you so much for that $25 donation. And W's in the chat for Justin. Justin just sent a $5 donation towards the nightly donation goal, saying, "Ain't no way somebody was legit snoring." Justin, did you hear that? Listen, big sleep, absolutely. Guys, that means we're only $55 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. Okay. Coffee, what would you like to add?
Hi, Santana. Now, I originally came up to question, was it FCU or FSU or whatever his name was, about how he felt about, all the grants being frozen, since he was so concerned with the Medicare grant. So, I mean, they're going to get around it if they want to.
Yeah, no, like I said earlier, there's two types of Trump supporters. They're either, not that smart, or they're disingenuous. So, there's no way around it, and that was not a thing. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and just Corey, I was a little jealous that you got rebuked and I didn't.
Is Corey snoring? Is Corey asleep?
No, I'm not
I thought
asleep.
Corey might be snoring too.
Just tell a Christian that Jesus was a communist, and you too can be rebuked. It's fantastic.
Oh, 100%. That triggers them real good.
All right. Coffee, I'm going to swap you out. This is what I'm going to do, because we don't have that much time left, but I do want to let a few people, there's a few people in the box. I do want to let a few people in let's do this. Coffee, I'm going to drop you down, okay? Oh, there we go. Let's see.
You mind if I bring up some news of what's going on?
Sure. Hold on 1 second, though.
Yeah,
One second.
Santana, am I in? Oh my god. Hi.
Hello. 1 second,
Hi.
guys. All right. All right. This is what we're gonna. Okay. All right. Now boxes. All right. Let's do this. Let's just run around the panel real quick. I just want to give people an opportunity, because I know a lot of people have been waiting for a while and all this other stuff. I have no idea how to say your username. Raul something or whatever.
Yeah, Raul. Well, in Spanish, Raulito.
Raulito. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, I'm calling from San Antonio, Texas, man, and
Okay.
I'm not too far from Laredo. We're about an hour and 45 from the border. I go a lot to Mexico. I go to Monterrey a lot, and I come back, and I've been doing it for years. Oh, by the way, I'm a big fan, Santana. Big time fan,
Oh,
man.
thank you, my
And
friend.
I'm gonna support you here after I get off here. But
You
I just
already are.
wanted
You're up on the panel.
I just wanted to say, man, that it's crazy, man. I've been here. I'm seventh generation Tejano.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my family's from
Hold on,
Texas,
hold on,
but
hold on, hold on, hold on,
before it
hold on.
was even a republic.
Hold on one second. Hold on.
What the?
Hold on. Now, Joanna, I know not. Joanna, you getting clipped. Joanna, I'm clipping this and I am posting this on my page. Joanna, you getting clipped.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Joanna, you getting clipped and I am gonna post you on my page. I'm dropping you down, Joanna. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's late. It's
It
late.
is.
Man.
This is
I don't
late
hear
nights
nothing.
for
It's
a
late.
reason. This is late nights for a reason. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all right. I just wanted to say, I've been here all my life. The border has always been the same. Now with the COVID, yes, it got worse.
C-19. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry, C-19. It got worse.
Mm-hmm.
The governor we have here, I mean, sometimes I wish
he is so bad. He is so bad.
And he don't understand that he's DEI.
Yeah, he is.
You don't understand that.
Yeah,
So
take that ramp up.
we're hoping to turn blue here, but yeah, it just when Trump, he didn't make too much noise, but when Trump came that first year that he ran for president, I mean that's when this guy went crazy too, and you would hear stuff about the border that it was getting overwhelmed sometimes, but sometimes I mean it just it's normal to us here in Texas until Trump started blowing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also wanted to say that the military, the National Guard, they go down there, but they can't do nothing.
Right, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like that's exactly what we found out.
So how much money are they spending there?
Exactly.
And I just don't understand how these Trump supporters, like during the speech he gave, literally lies to their face, and they eat it up. I think being Mexican American, Hispanic, I mean, I think our country is so diverse now, and I hate to say it, but the white tees people are scared because they're becoming the minority.
Yeah, and I'll say this, and well, first and foremost, thank you for coming up and spending some time with us. I wanted to make sure that I at least got around to you. I know you've been waiting for a while, and you definitely, we got to get you back earlier in the night so you can hang out on the panel with us. But yeah, I mean, we know there's certain people that believe in the great replacement theory, and that worries them, and preserving the white race or whatever. But like the thing that just blows my mind and always gets me is that this country is such a melting pot. It was the whole thought process and premise is being able to come to this country and like making a way for yourself and actually growing and becoming something, and like I don't know, it saddens me to think that we've gotten to a place where people think that it's okay to be like isolationist, and for people like Elon Musk to say, oh, Italian people should stay in Italy and Japanese people should stay in Japan. Like that's weird. That's all weird. But I don't know.
Yeah, it is weird, and what's scary too is that He wants to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico. Come on, what is he
Yeah.
gonna do? Change the name to from Los Angeles to the Angels,
Change.
Yeah.
Sacramento.
Listen. Then Mama named them the Gulf of Mexico. I'm gonna call them Gulf of Mexico. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you.
Hey, thank you, man. Big fan, and I'll send you some support here in a little bit.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my friend. Have a good one.
Take care.
You as well. E-Man Demand, what final thoughts did you have that you wanted to share?
BlackRock just bought the ports in Panama.
Are you
Canal,
lying?
right? They own $11 trillion, and they don't own, but they manage $11 trillion in property. All right, that's the real enemy of the working class people. Anybody who wants to buy a home, who don't have the opportunity of having generational wealth, where their family owns a home, we getting screwed up. And that's why I'll lay my point.
Holy smoke! 22.8 billion in sale by Hong Kong CK Hutchison to the U.S. and Swiss investors, includes a dozen of its ports in the countries. The companies announced they announced this on Tuesday, and I'm reading this from Reuters for anyone that's interested. I'm reading this from Reuters. BlackRock buys Hong Kong firms Panama Canal port stake amid Trump pressure.
It's rough out here, man.
Holy smokes! I'm gonna have to read. Why does it? I get all types of articles, notifications every day. This article is from 2 days ago. How did I not see this article? That is insane.
Because they don't want you to see it. They don't want you to see it. Why would they want you to see that?
That is wild. I gotta read this whole article. Thank you so much for bringing it up. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. I'm gonna step down.
All right, you have.
I appreciate your time. I'm a big fan. I like listening to you on all the adversarial panels.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I like that you go into the Lions Den. It gave me the courage to step into the Lions Den as well.
Listen, it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
It ain't.
It's not.
It ain't.
As soon as you get over being like on live, they get really emotional though.
And that's where I learned from you, where you just don't let them get to you.
No. But also I'm petty.
And you're just like, all right.
I'm petty. I get in trouble a lot for being petty. So anyway, I appreciate you, my friend.
Man. Thank you.
Christy, what would you like to add to the conversation?
Oh my God. Hi, Santana.
Hello.
I gotta tell you this, okay? I was never into politics. Like my husband is like, oh, he's like well informed. He's like all into the news and politics. I'm not a politic person at all. Absolutely zero. We were on a drive and we plugged up my phone and I was listening to like I'm on TikTok. I'm just like using like really like I'm just like swiping up like regular videos, not even live. I never was into live. I came across your live and I was like, oh my God, I gotta listen to this person because he is so freaking like he knows what he's talking about. And my husband was like, oh my God, yeah, for sure. And I was like, okay, let's play this on the radio. We were literally playing your live TikTok for the first time on radio. This is even before the elections. And I was like,
so
oh man,
weird. That's so
I'm
weird.
a big
Because
fan.
that's
like,
so weird because like me and my wife do the exact same thing. Like whenever we're in the car and we're like we'll plug up we'll plug up our phone and then we'll say like who's live and we'll listen to people
right.
Like that's so weird to think that anyone I'll say this not only to you but to everyone listening, everyone watching, it's the weirdest thing ever to actually know that anyone's like to see the same people every day here to see the same people every day, it's the weirdest thing to me. It's you all are weirdos for actually enjoying what I'm doing. I don't understand it. I have no clue why you guys like this. So
Listen to everybody else who is like, I don't care. I hear Harry Park, like Harry Parker, Dean, everybody. I listen to. You're the most, hey, no jealousy out here. You're the most person I contributed to. Hey,
thank you.
don't. It's a secret.
Yeah, absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
okay.
No, thank you. I
But
appreciate that
you're
so
the
much.
first. You're the first person I encountered. So I was like, okay, I have my full attribute to you. It's like, okay, you spread absolute wisdom to people who don't know stuff. I don't know 100% of what's going on, but I know that is, I don't know. I live in Missouri, so my husband's like on a whole nother level. Like he's like he has to go out in the streets, and he comes from from his race being a Black American,
Mm-hmm.
like it's not safe. I understand his perspective, and
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm an immigrant. I'm a legal immigrant from India, so not knowing history, how he got raised, and he's like bringing these facts to me, and me like being legal in a red state is like I understand his perspective, but my contribution every day to him is like we just got a house, we've been living in this house. Do we have hopes? Do we have any chance like to kind of not leave the country? Because his aspect of it is like we need to go.
Listen,
We're not safe.
listen. I mean, sometimes you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. It's
yeah.
like I don't know. I'm like I'm in mixed feelings right now. Like I have and this is my family. Like I
Hmm.
tell every group I go into is like y'all are my family. Like y'all are people I listen to, share my knowledge to, and share my emotions with because this is my real day-to-day life. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what tomorrow holds for me and my family. It's like I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I'll say this,
So
and again, well, thank you. I always see you, and I always see you hanging out. I always see your comments, and I
yeah.
always appreciate you anytime that you contribute, and I appreciate you so much. But
Oh,
yeah, no, you're right. We're family. Like I say this all the time. We're absolutely family, and it's rough. It's been rough. It's gonna continue to be rough, but we have to have each other's back, and
yeah.
that's why we have to do it. So. But thank you so much for coming up, and I really appreciate you so much. That made my night.
Thank you, Santana. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Have a good night.
You as well.
Thank you.
Mrs. Loving My Family. I know that you didn't really get to actually, get any topics off. Is there anything specific that you want to bring up? Anything that you want to speak to before we wrap it up?
Yes. Well, I do enjoy listening to you and watching your show. And I my only concern is not my only concern because it's the whole presidency, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just the part of the full immunity for the police.
Mm-hmm.
I have 4 sons
Mm-hmm.
and I have a daughter
Mm-hmm.
to which he already done taken her rights.
Mm-hmm.
That I have rights. I had rights to. But I know we already had the issue before, but now we're not going to be able to get any. I ain't even talking about money. I'm talking about justice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have to worry about your kids walking out the house, period.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to like down your happiness because it's just something that it's just on my mind.
No, listen. I mean, I'm a black man in America. I tell people this all the time. Like, there's nothing that can be said that doesn't that it's not something I don't think about on a daily basis, right? So when you talk about giving when you give the police immunity, and even you talk about the things that are happening here in the United States, and like it's all something that I constantly think about, and something that I constantly deal with on a daily basis. And the thing that I know for a fact is that we have to educate ourselves. We can't be ignorant of anything that's happening. And so when I say educate ourselves, I mean like know your rights, right? Know your rights. And then on top of that, and I hate to say it like this, but as black people in America, we have to also be better at conflict resolution, right? Understanding how to make sure that we protect ourselves. My grandfather used to tell me this all the time. When I first started driving, my grandfather told me, he said, you have to drive not only for yourself, but for the other people on the road. And
Yeah.
that's how I've always lived my life, understanding who I am and what I go through, but also making sure that I understand the situations that I put myself in, and what my actions could cause or would cause or anything like that, and it's a whole thing. So I say all that to say, you're not wrong for being worried, but you can't sit back and just be worried. You have to put a plan in action, and you have to execute that plan. Right? There's
Yeah.
we can't sit around and we can't be sad. We gotta know what we can do to not only protect ourselves, protect the ones we love, and fight back. And that's what it really boils down to.
Yeah, and I told them, because like with my sons, I told them that if you're out and about, if somebody pull you over, call me, and even if you just don't, not speaking directly to me, just have the phone on.
Yep.
Just have it on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I don't know. It's just that, they'll make you try to turn it off if they could figure if it's on.
Well, and that's what it goes back to what I was
stuff.
just saying. Like, we have to know our rights, right? I mean, you have to know your rights, and legally, yes, you can have your phone on. Like, so yeah, you have to just understand. You have to understand where you are as well. Because the funny thing about, well, not funny, the interesting thing about the country is how overly policed it is, and how things are completely different. I'll say this again: I am a black man from the South, and so I'm intimately, I have intimate knowledge of how to deal with racist police, right? But moving from the South to the Pacific Northwest, there is a lack of overall police presence, and it's jarring, right? But still, like, you have to know where you are in the country, because if you're moving around the country or whatever, it's not the same. I drove through Kentucky, and I've never seen so many police in my life, ever. Kentucky had to be the most over-police state that I have ever been in. And so, like, again, it depends. You just have to know where you are and all this other stuff. So, but we're gonna get through it together.
I just hate to say, I'm in South Carolina.
Exactly.
Oh
wait, hold on. Don't say specific. You in upstate? You in the Midlands, or you in the Low Country? You sound like you from the Low Country.
Low Country, yeah.
Exactly. You
South Carolina.
You from the Chuck?
I'm from Columbia. Well, not Columbia, but close to Columbia. I ain't trying to get nobody my damn going out.
I was about to say something. Okay, I know. 30 minutes close or an hour close?
Maybe 45 minutes.
I know where you are. I know where you are. Anyway, all right. No, thank you so much for coming up. Protect yourself. No, it's not Sumter. It's not Sumter. You're in Monk's Corner? You're in Monk's Corner, really?
No.
I got friends. No. Someone in the chat said they're in Monk's Corner. I got friends in Monk's Corner. But yeah. Anyway.
I would say it. I'll say it.
No.
It's Sumter.
No, it's not. Sumter. It's Sumter. Sumter's like an hour. I thought it was Orangeburg.
No, for me it's 45 minutes.
You must be like.
I speed.
You must go. Yeah, you drive fast. You must be over on
I have a lead feet.
Yeah.
I have a lead feet. No, I have a lead feet.
You know better. You know the police in South Carolina don't play that.
But
Anyway,
also it's like I also wanted to say something to the roster. I understood what he was doing, but he got to be careful. And I want him to, to be mindful and careful in this world because he's a young man. He's a young black man.
Yeah.
So he got to be careful.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't want to see. I voted for everybody anybody of color, not just black people, for anybody of color, even white people, even the white team. I voted for everybody. Just be careful.
Absolutely.
Because this man don't mean nobody no good. But I'm going to leave you with that.
Absolutely. Listen, thank you so much. Take care. Hey, what's the weather like? Has it started to change yet?
Cold.
It's still cold? Wait, no.
It changes. One day it'll be cold, one day it'll be cool. One day you think you're good, next day it's cold.
I think I'm going to come to South Carolina soon. Anyway, I appreciate you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night to you too.
Corey, you sleep?
No.
Oh, okay.
I should be. But no.
Corey, I held you hostage.
A little bit.
Yeah. Big facts. Corey, what do you have to say to the people?
Well, we need to collectively know all of the things. We need to know, as you guys just discussed, our rights. We need to know the history of everything that has happened in this country, because I don't think that people understand the parallels that are happening. I think it's a funny haha when Trump is compared to Hitler, and it's like
Oh, it's not funny.
I know, and you know, they think that it's dramatic, but it's not. And I think we have as a country, where we have this like main character syndrome. So even we compare him to Hitler, when in reality, Russia, Putin, that's the real concern here. It's that we're appeasing them. And I think people need to just do look it up, learn about it, understand what's happened, so that you can understand what's happening, because it's awful and it's scary. And yeah,
Corey,
he's exactly Mussolini. That's
Corey, did you hear? I know you said Russia, and Russia's doing a lot right now, right?
Yeah.
So I saw, so someone discovered a Russian bot on Twitter, right? Did you see the story about that? Okay, so let me tell you real quick.
Possibly, but I don't think
there's a program that apparently a Russian bot was using on Twitter, and for some reason they forgot to update the payment for the Russian bot, and so it somehow decrypted or something. I can't remember the terminology. Anyway, you could see the actual coding for the Russian bot on the person page, and so people were actually putting in codes to give it commands, and it was sending out tweets relative to the commands that it had gave. And so they put in to the coding, telling the actual coding, say, make a song about such and such, and send out a tweet about the song, and it actually did it. But there's so many. There's Russian bots on Twitter. There's Russian bots on here. They're all around. Did you hear the guy that came up earlier, and then didn't realize that? And then he came back up and he was like, "Oh, what up? Stop it! Stop it!" Like we know.
Yeah, and it's just so devastating, everything that he's doing, and then because it's so much, I think we all get caught up on a thing, that it's so hard to pick a thing to be mad about, because there's too much. There's too much between trying to take over Gaza and appeasing the Russians, and just absolutely. I haven't even heard the discussion over like Zelensky and Trump and JD, like that happened for a day, and we're already on to another thing because it's just constant insanity.
It's such a 24-hour news cycle that it's insane, and it's interesting today. So I have all of like my news sources. Fun fact, right? I spend a lot of time off of the live reading and watching videos and trying to take in as much information as I can, which can be very dangerous. Um, but I also downloaded some new applications like I got Newsmax. What else did I get? I got Newsmax. I got The Hill. I got I'm sorry, not Newsmax. Newsweek. I got The Hill. I got Forbes. I added those to my rotations of subscriptions that I have for like publications, and so
Have
I
you used Ground News?
I just downloaded that today. I have Ground News as well because I was looking for
Love
like an
it.
actual really.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's
this
what I
one
go
is
straight
interesting to
to.
me. Okay, I didn't put Ground News in my folder, and I also did not sign up for the subscription because I was like, I need to figure Ground News out and see. Yeah, so you're saying it's solid? Okay.
I don't even use this. I don't have a subscription. I don't have a subscription. I just, because it's so much information and so much that you have to filter through, I use Ground News because I can find if there's like if I hear something that like sparks my okay, I need to look into that. I can search it on Ground News and find the actual credible sources that if I can't
Mm.
find something credible on Ground News, then I don't pay attention to it till I can because there's just too much misinformation and disinformation and twisted information, and it's been super helpful to my ADHD
Yeah.
to
Phoenix,
have
you
something
said
to find it for me.
Phoenix, you said that it's super legit. Okay, I'm glad you said that because I downloaded it, but I didn't put it in my folder because I was like, because I was looking for something like Snopes or PolitiFacts, like a fact checking application, and they didn't have one, and so I wanted to actually try to get something like that. And then it recommended Ground News, and I was like, okay, I don't know, I need to sniff this one out first. But I see you said it, Kay said it, and I think Booker Eli said it as well. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and put that in rotation and turn it up. But yeah, like I there's so much information and it's such a 24-hour revolving door that it's hard to keep up with anything. And like I heard a cut from Gavin Newsom talking to Charlie Kirk, and they were talking about how the Republicans flood the zone, and then they were also talking about how some Democrats saying that we should just take a step back. Hey, that was in the chat for Miss Loving My Family for becoming a sub. But talking about how like Democrats need to take a step back, and some people saying Democrats need to take a step back and basically let Republicans fail. And Charlie Kirk was like, "Yeah, do it. We would absolutely love if you guys just like let us continue to dominate the news cycle," which is like the dumbest thing ever if they do that. But yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot. So anyway, Corey, I'm gonna let
Yep.
you go.
Okay.
Thank you for hanging out with me.
Yeah,
Corey,
no
you gotta come up
problem.
and come up on sparring with me and then and debate with me.
Uh,
Me and you versus some Trump supporters.
okay.
All right. Thank you for coming
Just
up.
bring me up when you need somebody to just be mean. I'm just mean.
got
I
you.
like to be mean.
I
I like
got
to
you.
piss them off.
I got
Okay.
you. All right. Thank you, Corey.
All right. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye. As W's in the chat for Corey. We love Corey. W's in the chat for Chrissy. Chrissy sent a $10 donation saying thank you for bringing me up. Listen, again, Chrissy, thank you so much for coming up and really sharing so much with us. And, that's awesome. That's awesome. Guys, rebuke who? Rebuke me? Listen, you can't rebuke me. I got Jeebus on my side. I know the Bible book and all. Boom. There's that. Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We're going to call it a night, guys. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. Is anyone on? Is there anyone on? I see Hector is over on YouTube, so I know he's not on. because he's hanging out on YouTube. Who's on? Carbon. Looks like Carbon's on. Let's go raid Carbon, guys. Let's go raid Carbon. Carbon.gg. We're going to go raid Carbon. Carbon.gg. Let's go raid Carbon. Listen, guys, thank you all for being here. Thank you for an amazing night. Thank you for all the taps, the likes, the shares. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for just being absolutely amazing. I love you all, guys. Tomorrow we will be back, and it's, it's time for some sparring, right? We're going to spar. We got some debates tomorrow. We're going to debate this weekend. Fun fact, I'll tell you guys this. I was actually chatting with the political content creator friend of mine, who should I tell you guys? I don't think I should tell you. You know what, chat? I don't think I should tell you. How about that? I don't think I should tell you. I think I'm just gonna leave it as a surprise. I'll say that. Guys, make sure you guys check out sparring. We'll be here all weekend sparring. You gonna stop rebuking me? Hey, hold on. I sent you a request. Come up. Look at your phone. I sent you a request. Come up. I know you see. All you got to do is click accept invite. That is all you have to do. I know you can hear me. All you have to do is click accept invite. I'm talking directly to you, lady. All you have to do is click accept invite. There you go. What is going on? What is happening right now? Why is your phone taking so long to load? Oh my God, this is embarrassing. You embarrassing me in front of the people. Hello? So long to load. Oh, there we go.
I don't know.
Okay. What are you still doing though?
I'm listening to you, of course.
Okay, you want to say hi to the chat?
Hello, everyone. I'm enjoying it so much.
What was your favorite part of the night?
Well, not really my favorite, but y'all took it to Pat. Thank you very much. That Pat, I don't know what was going on with Pat, but thank you. Pat, how's she gonna rebuke somebody? She needs to be rebuked.
Listen, she started, she said in the name of Jeebus.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Okay, are you going to bed?
I'm going to bed now. So you saw my piece? Because I was waiting around for you to say it. I wanted to join you one night.
You're here now. Like, we're going to do it together. That's why you're up here.
There we go. I'm ready.
Guys, drop some W's in the chat for my mom. This is my mom. This is my mother.
Hi.
This is my mother. All right, let's get out of here. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, guys. Thank you all. Again, thank you all for the likes, the loves, the taps, the gifts. Thank you all for being here. We will see you all next week back for Late Nights with Santana, but we will be sparring this weekend. I love you all. Thank you all. And as always, peace.
All righty then.